With the mysterious howls in the vast forest, they've been holding fast to their positions in the deep mountains for decades. What kind of hidden tales will they tell us? In early September 2021, the government of Hainan province announced the birth of 2 new baby gibbons to the world. Thus, the number of Hainan gibbon community has increased from 33 to 35 in 5 colonies. The joyful news, once released, immediately drew wide attention at home and abroad. The Hainan gibbon is a unique species found only in Hainan and is an indicative species of Hainan tropical rainforest. Now it is also the only primate species in the world who numbers under 100. It is far more endangered than giant pandas, crested ibis, etc. Being classed as a first-class protected animal in China, Hainan gibbons top the world's most endangered 25 primate species. Located in Li Autonomous County, Jiangqiang, Hainan Bawangling National Nature Reserve is the main habitat of Hainan black-crested gibbons. In the 1980s, it was listed as a national nature reserve because of its abundant resources of wildlife and prominent features of rainforests. Bawangling is also known as the Green Treasure House and Species Gene Bank. In the thick and deep primeval forests, there is a mountain path covered by foliage and stones. The habitat of Hainan gibbons is about 700 to 800 meters above sea level. To facilitate real-time monitoring, members of the Hainan gibbon surveillance team take turns going up the mountain every month. They'd stay up there for 10 straight days. Each time, they need to carry the foodstuff up, and after 5 days, they'd go down to buy dried tofu, white radish, and the like that don't go bad easily. They'd buy 5 days of meat supply for one trip.
上面还更险，我们平时上去都要带着我们的装备，然后还有大米、蔬菜啊，那些生活用品，都是7、80斤的。已经习惯了这样的生活。
Compared with plant protection, monitoring animals is more difficult. As they go up in the rainforest, the path gets narrower. In the end, they can't even see a path. Fortunately, this path has long been engraved in Liu Heichun's mind.
这就是我们做监测居住的房子，隐藏在原始林里面的一个小木屋。到了。
When we arrive, 4 team members have just finished monitoring. They are busy cooking. With no electricity or water, they need to finish dinner before it gets dark. The one cooking is Captain Zhao Jianzhong. He is 52 years old. Having trekked like this with his father since little, he has a special bond with the mountain.
就我们在山里长大的孩子，就04年开始成立这队伍，我们一直跟他一直做到现在了，习惯了。晚上我们上来就开始搞饭菜车，吃完后就开始。
就是发现场边有什么异常变化就做长一点了，要弄清楚它了，或者是不是？ 出生小崽啊，要准备什么再出生，就到待几天。
In his early 30s, Zhao Jianzhong became a member of the gibbon surveillance team of Wangling National Nature Reserve in Hainan. It's been 20 years already. Like him, all the team members grow up here. The mountain plants and animals are their playmates from childhood, and they take pride in those Hainan gibbons.
全世界就剩我们，就是只有我们这个地方有，是这样，啊，就说明我们这边雨林的保护还是比较好的。我们这边长臂猿漂亮了，这边是我们这里长臂猿这种叫声最好听。
Every morning, members of the gibbon surveillance team come to Bawangling, where the gibbons perch, waiting for the first gibbon howl after dawn. Early in the morning, the team will take telescopes, notebooks, cameras, sickles, and other tools to start monitoring. They look up at the leaves, look down to check if the gibbons have left their feces and uneaten fruits, while keeping records on their notebook.
说就像我们现在涂这些油漆的标志啊，就是讲让我们走过的时候，看到有没有果，有没有开花，多的他肯定会来，他喜欢吃的他肯定会来吃。
就像我们人的身份证号一样，这个就是他的专属号。
我们有记录嘛，应该就要排号，我们有记录了，他什么时候果什么时候熟啊，我们就看那标，那个牌上面有字母嘛，我们就拿来查，这棵什么树，它什么时候有果，什么时候开花那些，我们就把它记上。
They are not always lucky to capture the footprints of the gibbons. Affected by the weather, the team members patrol the rainforest for over an hour, but still can't find any sign of the gibbons. But they are pestered by unexpected guests.
这个是山蚂蟥，咬人的、吸血的，习惯了。这个就是一天都会给咬10到20次。我们刚开始的时候我也不习惯，后面我已经习惯了这样的生活状态。
Walking through the primeval rainforest is not easy, even for veterans. They often need to fight vipers, leeches, etc. Sometimes they may get blocked by big trees. As they don't have a fixed route, slipping and getting injured are commonplace. The work is tough, but at thought of the colonies of the cute elves thriving under their protection, the team feel motivated and energetic again. As soon as they hear the howls of the gibbons, they can tell where they're from and rush to find them.
喂，在上面动了哦。
上面动，你跟欧洲。
哎，上。快。看，好，不走。喂，我跑那边了。你看到不？在那棵树上面。你拍了没有？喂，
正在拍。拍到那母的了，正在抱崽。
那个小崽现在那个毛色已经变黑了，
比上个月的黑很多了。那个毛色蛮漂亮的。那个个体也大了好多。
With vigorous figures and pleasing howls, a few gibbons are jumping happily in the jungle. The baby gibbon, nestling in its mother's arms, is one of the 2 new baby gibbons found this year. In early March, the Hainan gibbon surveillance team found a new baby gibbon in colony B and D, 7 months old and 6 months old respectively. Continuous monitoring shows the 2 baby gibbons are in good health, with normal growth. The 2 baby gibbons not only mark a milestone in the conservation of gibbons, but also a major achievement in restoring rainforest.
就是我们现在很高兴嘛，哇，一下怎么2群都有？
长臂猿的数量逐步增加了，就感觉我们的工作没有白做嘛，会更多。按现在这个势头，应该更多。
In the past few decades, China government scientific community and all quarters of the society have taken a series of actions to protect Hainan gibbons. In 1980, Bawangling Provincial Nature Reserve was established, covering an area of 21.39 square kilometers. In 1988, Bawangling Provincial Nature Reserve was promoted by the State Council to a national one, with the area expanded to 66.26 square kilometers. In 2003, it was expanded again to 299.8 square kilometers. In the same year, Hainan Gibbon Protection Status Survey and Action Plan was issued. In 2020, the Hainan Gibbon Protection Action Plan framework was finalized and released. In 2021, Hainan gibbons saw an increase to 35 in 5 colonies. Next, Hainan will establish a full-time professional monitoring team and mechanism and conduct systematic research through international cooperation and joint research in this regard.
我们自己教，我们自己保护啊，让它这个种群逐步壮大起来，散布到整个海南岛都有。
长臂人的家和我们的家都是属于一个家，所以我们要保护好这些生命呢，就是保护金山、银山。就讲我们这代已经看了很多长臂人了，我也希望我的下一代看到更多的长臂人，也是我们的保护这长臂人的使命吧。
Lucid waters and lush mountains are invaluable assets. This plain ecological concept has long been rooted in people's hearts in Bawangling. Their generations of tenacious efforts have turned ecological protection from a habit to a belief. The way ahead may still be long. Generation after generation, people in Bawangling dedicate their youth and energy to the mountains and rainforests. With their perseverance and tenacity,